And you're on your way. It's that simple. Turn the key to secure travel coverage for your next business or vacation trip with a Key Insurance travel package. Turn the key. Conditions apply. Turn the key to convenience. Payment plan options for comprehensive or third-party motor vehicle insurance. At Key Insurance, customers can now pay for coverage online and receive policy documents instantly via email. Choose from quarterly, half-yearly, or monthly payments for comprehensive coverage or split payments over 3 months for your third-party coverage. It's easy. Just pay 50% upfront and the rest in 2 months, or pay 40% upfront and pay 30% in months 2 and 3. How is that for convenience? Experience car insurance coverage like never before with Key Insurance. Key Insurance is the people's insurer. Terms and conditions apply. Request a quote at keyinsurancejm.com or call 888-CALL-KEY. Turn the key to convenience with our Key Insurance WhatsApp line. Whether at home or on the go, with just your mobile phone, you can access our customer support whenever, wherever. Just send us a message at 876-877-7077 and we will help you access information about our various products, including opening hours and locations, how to request a quote, how to make payments online, reporting a claim, and so much more. You have the option to share images, videos, and documents via WhatsApp instead of sending an email. WhatsApp 876-877-7077 now and get started. Turn the key to your next travel adventure with Key Insurance. You can now purchase your travel insurance packages for individuals or families directly from our website. Visit keyinsurancejm.com, select Products, then Travel Insurance in the menu bar. Hit Purchase. And you're on your way. It's that simple. Turn the key to secure travel coverage for your next business or vacation trip with a Key Insurance travel package. Turn the key. Conditions apply. Turn the key to convenience. Payment plan options for comprehensive or third-party motor vehicle insurance. At Key Insurance, customers can now pay for coverage online and receive policy documents instantly via email. Choose from quarterly, half-yearly, or monthly payments for comprehensive coverage or split payments over 3 months for your third-party coverage. It's easy. Just pay 50% upfront and the rest in 2 months, or pay 40% upfront and pay 30% in months 2 and 3. How is that for convenience? Experience car insurance coverage like never before with Key Insurance. Key Insurance is the people's insurer. Terms and conditions apply. Request a quote at keyinsurancejm.com or call 888-CALL-KEY. Turn the key to convenience with our Key Insurance WhatsApp line. Whether at home or on the go, with just your mobile phone, you can access our customer support whenever, wherever. Just send us a message at 876-877-7077 and we will help you access information about our various products, including opening hours and locations, how to request a quote, how to make payments online, reporting a claim, and so much more. You have the option to share images, videos, and documents via WhatsApp instead of sending an email. WhatsApp 876-877-7077 now and get started. Turn the key to your next travel adventure with Key Insurance. You can now purchase your travel insurance packages for individuals or families directly from our website. Visit keyinsurancejm.com, select Products, then Travel Insurance in the menu bar. Hit Purchase. And you're on your way. It's that simple. Turn the key to secure travel coverage for your next business or vacation trip with a Key Insurance travel package. Turn the key. Conditions apply. Turn the key to convenience. Payment plan options for comprehensive or third-party motor vehicle insurance. At Key Insurance, customers can now pay for coverage online and receive policy documents instantly via email. Choose from quarterly, half-yearly, or monthly payments for comprehensive coverage or split payments over 3 months for your third-party coverage. It's easy. Just pay 50% upfront and the rest in 2 months, or pay 40% upfront and pay 30% in months 2 and 3. How is that for convenience? Experience car insurance coverage like never before with Key Insurance. Key Insurance is the people's insurer. Terms and conditions apply. Request a quote at keyinsurancejm.com or call 888-CALL-KEY. Turn the key to convenience with our Key Insurance WhatsApp line. Whether at home or on the go, with just your mobile phone, you can access our customer support whenever, wherever. Just send us a message at 876-877-7077 and we will help you access information about our various products, including opening hours and locations, how to request a quote, how to make payments online, reporting a claim, and so much more. You have the option to share images, videos, and documents via WhatsApp instead of sending an email. WhatsApp 876-877-7077 now and get started. Turn the key to your next travel adventure with Key Insurance. You can now purchase your travel insurance packages for individuals or families directly from our website. Visit keyinsurancejm.com, select Products, then Travel Insurance in the menu bar. Hit Purchase. And you're on your way. It's that simple. Turn the key to secure travel coverage for your next business or vacation trip with a Key Insurance travel package. Turn the key. Conditions apply. Turn the key to convenience. Payment plan options for comprehensive or third-party motor vehicle insurance. At Key Insurance, customers can now pay for coverage online and receive policy documents instantly via email. Choose from quarterly, half-yearly, or monthly payments for comprehensive coverage or split payments over 3 months for your third-party coverage. It's easy. Just pay 50% upfront and the rest in 2 months, or pay 40% upfront and pay 30% in months 2 and 3. How is that for convenience? Experience car insurance coverage like never before with Key Insurance. Key Insurance is the people's insurer. Terms and conditions apply. Request a quote at keyinsurancejm.com or call 888-CALL-KEY. Turn the key to convenience with our Key Insurance WhatsApp line. Whether at home or on the go, with just your
National anthem. Okay, thank you very much. You may be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we rejoice in it. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2024 Annual General Meeting of Key Insurance Company Limited. My name is Linval Freeman, and I'm your standing chairman for today. I'm standing in for our board chairman, Mr. Don Webby, who is online but unable to attend the in-person meeting. And he sends his best regards and hope for us to have a very productive meeting. I would like to extend special welcome to the shareholders who are present with us this afternoon and to those who may be online. I see our auditors here as well, and so I'd like to extend special welcome to you and also to members of the GK Group, senior members and so on, and the Key Insurance members of staff who have joined us. This afternoon, we will share with you the company's financial performance for 2023, and our shareholders will vote on matters relating to business of the company as set out in our agenda. In 2023, Key Insurance continued its growth trajectory, successfully navigating industry challenges and economic headwinds. Our dedicated employees continued to exemplify our unwavering commitment to our core values and consistently delivered exceptional service and support to our customers. We are very grateful for all their hard work, and that has solidified Key Insurance as a preferred choice for our clients. Looking ahead, we are excited about the opportunities the future holds for Key. We are steadfast in our commitment, investing in our people, technology, and infrastructure, ensuring that we continue to deliver value to our shareholders while remaining dedicated to our customers and to our employees, and as well to the community at large. Thank you once again for joining us today. I look forward to a productive and informative meeting. I will now introduce our hardworking Corporate Secretary, Mrs. Kerry-Ann Evans McGill. She's our Chief Legal Counsel for Grace Kennedy Financial Group. Mrs. McGill will perform the function of Corporate Secretary at today's meeting. Madam Secretary, will you indicate whether or not we have a quorum present?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The requisite quorum of 2 persons, as provided for in Article 58 of the company's Articles of Incorporation, are present.
Thank you, Mrs. McGill. I will now invite you to take us through the protocols for today's meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. We ask that you adhere to the following protocols for today's AGM. Shareholders and proxies who are here in person should have all received a paddle. The paddle should be raised for the following reasons: to move or to second a motion, to indicate your vote on resolutions, or to indicate that you wish to ask a question during the Q&A segment. When you registered for today's meeting, whether online or in person, you should have either identified yourself as a shareholder or a non-shareholder. As is customary, only shareholders or their duly appointed proxies are permitted to move and second motions and to vote on resolutions. Non-shareholders are not permitted to move or second motions or to vote. However, non-shareholders are encouraged to ask questions, whether in person or via email, and if submitting questions via email, please send to agm@keyinsurancega.com. Shareholders online, please vote on resolutions by clicking the for or the against button, which will appear on your screen. You will have 10 seconds to cast your vote, after which the results will be displayed. Shareholders who are here in person, please raise your paddles to vote, as indicated before. Half an hour has been allotted for the question and answer segment of the meeting. During the Q&A, we will take the questions in the order that they have been received. We will first answer the questions we received via email prior to the meeting. Then we'll take questions from those who are here in person. And finally, we'll respond to those questions which we receive during the meeting. We encourage you to be brief when asking your questions so that others may also be given the opportunity. Every effort will be made to address all questions this afternoon. Thank you to everyone who has already submitted their questions. For those participating online, note that there's still time to submit those questions. Please send to, as I indicated before, agm@keyinsuranceja.com. For our online participants, note that to avoid undue disruption, your microphones have been disabled. We invite you to use the chat box at the bottom of your screen to interact with other virtual participants and to make comments. You can access a copy of the company's annual report by scanning the QR code that is displayed on your screens currently. For shareholders that are online, if you experience any technical challenges during the meeting, please reach out to our team. You can call 876-932-3160 or send us an email to the same email account indicated before, agm@keyinsuranceja.com. And in the event there is an emergency on the building which requires us to exit, please follow the instructions of the ushers who will direct you to the nearest exit. Finally, today's AGM is being live streamed and recorded to enhance stakeholder engagement and to provide an opportunity for persons who are unable to attend to view today's proceedings. The recording will be uploaded to the company's YouTube channel. Thank you in advance for complying with these protocols. We look forward to a successful meeting. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McGill. May I just say before I go further, I'd like to especially also welcome two of our directors who are with us face-to-face today, Ms. Nicole Case and Mr. Kareem Tomlinson. I know others are online, Madam Secretary. Other directors have joined us online as well. Notice of the meeting. All shareholders would have previously received a notice to this meeting, which was duly published on the Jamaica Stock Exchange and the company's websites in accordance with our amended Articles of Incorporation. The AGM notice also appears in our 2023 annual report. With your permission, I will take the notice as read. Thank you, shareholders. I will now call upon our General Manager to make a presentation on the performance of the company over the year ended 31st December 2023, and to comment also on the performance for the first 6 months of 2024. She will be joined by our CFO, Mr. Adrian McBean. Mrs. Tamara, your turn.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, thank you so much for taking time to be with us this afternoon. We know outside is a bit windy, but we thank you so much for participating in person and also online. So just to quickly share with you what our presentation will entail: an overview of the company. We'll also be looking at our corporate social responsibility activities, sharing with you a few of the strategic initiatives which we executed on in 2023, and also our financial performance for 2023 and the first quarter of 2024. And then we will close out with a look at our strategic initiatives for 2024 and our outlook. So the company, Key Insurance, quick overview. As you all know, we start out with our mission and our vision. And our vision remains to satisfy our customers, every one of our customers, by providing the very best possible insurance protection of their assets in Jamaica. Our mission remains that we are committed to protecting all our policyholders by providing quality products, excellent service, and security of assets through constant products and technological improvement, and we will do so through a very highly motivated and competent staff. We are a member of the Grace Kennedy Financial Group and by extension Grace Kennedy. And what does that mean? It means that Key Insurance will continue to build on the culture of excellence through great people. We are part of the 2030 vision, so we will be bringing superior products and services to customers that contribute to a better global society and greater financial well-being. And of course, we will do so by upholding our core values of honesty, integrity, and trust. And our theme for 2024 is a part of the GKFG family: one group, one goal. So I'll share with you an overview of Key Insurance in 2023. What did 2023 look like for us? We specialize in motor insurance, and 2023 was no exception. Approximately 68% of our business, it's motor business, and that's complemented by 32% non-motor. And our non-motor products, our classes of business is really property, liability, and our liability and travel insurance. And travel is exciting for us in 2024. But I'll get to that. So our customers, we continue to service all our customers through 6 locations. We are in Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Mandeville, Maypen, Portmore, and of course our head office in Crossroads. Approximately 66% of our business comes to us via our broker partners. So our broker partners are absolutely very important stakeholders for us, and we truly appreciate them. 32% from our branches and 2% from our agents who are exclusive to us. Okay, so we are now going to show a picture of our management team. Our management team remains the same, save and except for Mr. Adrian McBean, sitting at the table, our Chief Financial Officer. He joined us in April 2024. Mr. Stuart Andrade would have demitted office, or he resigned in September 2023. So we do have with us a new CFO, Adrian McBean. Here we share with you a picture of our team, and this photo was taken at our 2023 award ceremony for our team members. As you can see, it's quite a bit of us, but these people are the most important asset that we have at Key Insurance. Our recognition in 2023. So in 2023, Key Insurance was first runner-up behind Grace Kennedy in the Corporate Governance Award at the Jamaica Stock Exchange. I'm showing here a picture of what our scores look like. 2020, when we first acquired the company, going into 2023, and you will see steady improvement. So we ended 2023 on a high with a rating of A, so we're very proud of ourselves. And here we're showing a picture of Mrs. Carrie-Ann Evans McGill, our corporate secretary, along with Katie Da Silva, our senior HR officer, and yours truly posing with the award. We're very proud of this award. Yes. Our corporate social responsibilities. So as a part of Grace Kennedy family, we truly believe in giving back to the communities and the people around us. We're a big proponent for education, and so in 2023, we would have participated in quite a number of initiatives which really gave back to our communities. So here on screen, you'll see photos of team members. We are at the Kingston Harbor cleanup. We painted classrooms on Labor Day, yes, and we also made several donations throughout the year to various basic schools and children's home. And this is something that we're quite proud of, because we believe that if we pour into the children, then we are helping to create a better future for Jamaica. I will now share with you an overview and financial highlights of 2023. What did 2023 look like for us? Challenging environment. We had high inflation, and of course, this was not just Jamaica and Key Insurance, but globally. But it did impact us because we saw a reduction in, the demand for homeowners insurance. Because what we found happening was that some customers not having a mortgage, they decided that they would self-insure because, of course, with inflation, they have limited spending power. So that did impact us somewhat in terms of, losing a few customers. In addition to that, we also saw higher reinsurance costs. And this, again, did not just impact Key, but it had an impact. And this would have been due to what is happening in the world globally, because this change in the reinsurance cost really came about because we had reduced capacity in the Caribbean. And again, this inflation impacted us on the claims side. What we saw, despite having budgets, we saw an increase in our cost for parts and labor. So everything went up. So our claim severity would have been adversely impacted because of what was happening in the environment. Notwithstanding the challenges, what did we do? We managed to deliver very strong results. We saw our profit before tax increasing by about 7% over 2022. We also saw our investment portfolio really returning favorable results, 40% over 2022. And so that for us were two great wins in a year that was fraught with just different challenges in the macro environment. And we continue to maintain a strong capital position despite what's happening in the environment. Two major developments in 2023 that would impact Key Insurance. The first would have been IFRS 17, which is a change in the accounting standard, and I'm sure Adrian will speak some more about that as he makes his presentation. There's also the Data Protection Act, and this came into effect in December 2023, and we have already commenced our registration with the Office of the Information Commissioner. On screen, I'm showing our performance over the last 5 years. And this is just really to give a pictorial representation of how Key Insurance has come a far way. We're very proud of where we are, having shown consistency in delivering profits over the last 3 years. And the intent is to continue to grow the business and deliver strong results for all our stakeholders. Here is a financial snapshot in terms of our revenue, how we performed when compared to 2022. So we would have shown strong performance year over year on our insurance revenue line. Our motor risk also continued to grow. So in 2022, we had about 37,000 motor risks. We ended 2023 with 40.8, yes? So at the 0.8, our rate of return on equity, that also showed solid and strong improvement over prior year, and our PBT 7% over prior year. So in summary, we continue to do well. 2023 was a good year for us. Just want to share with you a few of our strategic initiatives that we executed on in 2023. The first one that I'm sharing with you is our overall gross written premiums. So we would have set ourselves internal targets. We surpassed that, and also prior year. Both our motor and non-motor gross written premiums exceeded our 2022 performance. I would have touched on PBT, exceeded 2022. Our return on equity also exceeded 2022 performance. Financial investment returns slightly below, but I'm sure Adrian will also touch on that. Our customer and broker satisfaction results slightly below where we wanted it to be in comparison to 2022, and we have gone full force ahead, just taking steps to ensure that our customers remain a priority as we enhance our services and, of course, products to them. Here, our employee engagement score. Our employees are our greatest assets. Without our employees, we cannot serve our customers. And so in 2022, our scores slightly dipped to about 67%, the target being 70%. So we were very strategic in working together in 2023 via training and team building activities to ensure that our team saw Key Insurance as a place to continue to work, have fun, and contribute to not just the Grace Kennedy Group, but by Jamaica by extension. So we are very, very proud of this score, and we do intend to ensure that we keep our employees very engaged and highly motivated to deliver on the services that we have promised our stakeholders. So at this time, I'm going to pause to allow Adrian to come and make his presentation on the financial performance of Key Insurance for 2023. Adrian?
Thank you, Tamara. Good afternoon, everyone. So it is my pleasure to take you through our 2023 financial performance. So with the implementation of IFRS 17, which became effective for reporting periods beginning in January 2023, we would have seen changes in the appearance and how we account for insurance and reinsurance contracts, some of which will be displayed as I go through my presentation. But happy to report, though, that we saw no material impact on our results based on the change in the standard. So in terms of our insurance revenue, Key achieved its strongest revenue performance to date of 2.5 billion compared to 2.1 million in prior year. So this represents a 16% increase over prior year. And if you look to the left of your screen, this is predominantly driven by our gross written premium, which increased to a record high of 2.8 billion compared to 2.2 in prior year. Now, despite the competitive environment, we were able to achieve this steady growth with increased market presence, excellent customer relationship, and leveraging strategic relationships. In terms of our investment and other income, we saw a 40% increase year over year. So Tamara spoke to it earlier, our investment portfolio continues to perform well. We're able to realign our portfolio to take advantage of the elevated interest rates that exist in the market during the year, with a focus on short-term fixed income instruments. Other income, though, on the other hand, showed a decline when compared to prior year. This is really due to an income from a management fee support charge that was discontinued in 2023. Now, when we look at our insurance service expenses, and this is another line that was introduced with the new standard, and really looks at our claims expense, core admin costs, and commission expense, we saw a 10% year-over-year increase. This was predominantly driven, though, by a 7% increase in our gross claims. And this is really due to the frequency and severity of our motor vehicle accidents that occurred during 2023. In terms of our total admin expenses, year over year, we saw only a 4% increase in our admin expenses due to inflation and our continued investment in corporate governance. I think, though, that this 4% is indicative, though, of our efficiency in managing our overall expenses while still delivering strong revenue growth. This has also impacted our lower administrative expense ratio, which fell by 2%, recording 23% in 2023 compared to 25% in 2022. So with the strong revenue performance and our ability to manage our expenses, we saw a PBT of 77.3 million, which represents a 7.2% increase year over year. So I'm now going to look at our quarterly performance. So this graph on screen is showing our quarterly premiums since the beginning of 2022. So what you'll see is that since first quarter 2022, we would have grown by 48% in gross written premiums as at the end of 2023. And if we were to look closely, each quarter in 2023, we were able to achieve higher gross written premium than in the respective quarter in 2022. In terms of our insurance revenue, since Q1 2022, we would have grown by 8.3% as at the end of 2023. In terms of our PBT, we would have grown by 394% from the beginning of 2022 to the end of 2023. So in terms of our recap, the financial highlights, so strong premium growth. So we surpassed 2.5 billion in insurance revenue, achieving his highest revenue since inception. Sustained profitability profitability. So we would have recorded 3 consecutive years of profits for the first time since Key's listing. Strong investment and other income, delivering our strongest performance ever. Investment and other income surpassed 238 million, contributing a notable 9.5% to our overall revenue. And actuarial review. So our reviews of our motor loss ratios indicate continuous improvement, which reflect improved underwriting practices. I am now going to take us briefly through our Q1 performance. So quarter over quarter, our insurance revenue continues on the same growth trajectory. We saw where Q1 grew by 19.2% compared to prior quarter. And this is really due to steady expansion in our motor portfolio, along with continued marketing activity and on social media and advertisements. In terms of our PBT, we saw our PBT increase to 14.8 million compared to 5.3 in prior quarter. And this is really due to the revenue growth that we spoke of and our ability to still continue to manage our expenses. In terms of investment income, our portfolio still continue to perform well. We still continue to take advantage of the elevated interest rates within the market, but we remain agile to any changes in market conditions. So in terms of Q1, we saw a 7.3% increase in our investment income compared to prior year. And finally, our net profit compared to prior year would have increased by 181%, reaching 9.9 million compared to 3.5 in the prior quarter. So we have ended the year well, we've started the year well, and we expect that to continue into Q2 and onwards. So I'll now hand back over to Tamara, who will take us through our strategic initiatives and outlook.
Thank you, Adrian. So for 2024, our strategic pillars remain the same as prior years, and those pillars are really our focus on a performance-driven culture, customer centricity, sustained growth in terms of our sustained growth and innovation rather, and of course, operational efficiency. Now, we're very clear that we cannot achieve the first 3 without having a performance-driven culture. So we are focused on developing strong people, great leaders, so that we're able to deliver on our promises to all our stakeholders. And for 2024, when we talk about customer centricity, what we are focused on is improving our customers' experience with us, not just in person, but also online. Wherever they interact with us, we want to leave a very pleasant, memorable interaction with them. Also, as it relates to our growth, we are focused on growing our revenues across all lines of business. So our motor insurance remain a priority for us. This year, we launched our travel insurance portal on the website. So we're encouraging everybody who's going to France for the Olympics to make sure you buy your travel insurance from Key. It's very easy on our website. So please go ahead and click and purchase. As it relates to our operational efficiency, we are focused on managing our claims expense. I would have touched on, just what's happening in terms of the frequency and the severity. Since the start of the year, if we, pay attention to the media, we would have seen that there has been loss of lives of in excess of 400 persons. And the severity of these accidents, it's just really, really major. So I encourage and implore all road users, please do so. Do so carefully. The life you save may just be your own. So as we manage our business, we are looking at our expenses from a claims perspective. We're also focused on improving our receivables management. So we know it's hard times. We have payment plan options for all our customers. It's very, very easy. Even on our website, if you have part payment, you can go ahead and pay without coming into our offices. So we're really trying to make the experience with us very easy, irrespective of whether you're renewing your policy, paying your premium, reporting your claim, or just requesting a quote. Our focus for 2024 is to ensure that the experience is seamless. We're doing so through highly motivated and engaged people as we provide value to all our shareholders. So for 2024, what do we see coming? And we're 6 months into the year, but we still believe that with 6 months to go, we will end strong. We're still seeing some movements in the market in terms of the domestic interest rates. Notwithstanding, our investment team remains very agile to adjust as is required. And the preliminary indications is that this year we'll have a very active hurricane season. I'm not sure if it started already because something was happening outside, but we are very ready to serve all our customers, whatever comes our way. So we're praying for the best. Whatever comes, Key Insurance is your key to your peace of mind. We've got you covered. In terms of our technology, we are leveraging digital innovation to ensure that the experience with us is very easy. So we're putting quite a bit of work into this aspect of our business, and you will see evidence of that as you continue to interact with us throughout the year. We are improving our underwriting capabilities, so we're spending a lot of time training our team members just to make sure that we're making the right underwriting decisions. We can't control everything, but we believe that if we have the right knowledge and skill set, it will enhance the overall experience, not just for customers, but also for our team members. And we will continue to strengthen our broker relationships. Earlier in my presentation, I would have shown that brokers represent about 66% of our business, so it's a very, very important partnership, and so that is a focus for us as we grow our broker business in 2024. We will also continue to monitor our reinsurance arrangements, just making sure that we are reaping all the benefits that comes with the various relationships that we have across the world. And we will continue to identify and execute on various initiatives. Any initiatives that will bring value to our shareholders, we will explore those, making sure that we're making the best decision for all stakeholders. So this brings us to the end of my presentation, and I would like to take the opportunity to thank everyone, our team members, all our customers, business partners, and shareholders. Without your support, there would be no Key Insurance. So as we push forward for sustainable growth, we ask that you continue to partner with us because we truly appreciate you. A special thank you to our board of directors. Without your guidance, we would have been in trouble, but your stern guidance helps to keep our ship steady, and we are very grateful that we have such strong directors behind Key Insurance. So we have started the year on a very positive and strong note. You'd have heard our first quarter results. We are very focused, the entire team, not just the board of directors or management, the entire team is focused on ending the year strong. So together, we will end 2024 very strong, and we will continue to grow and prosper together. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Madam GM. We're going to be taking a few questions at this juncture. We have some questions that were received before the meeting started, and I think we're expecting a few more online, and also some questions for those who might be present here. So if I take one of the questions that came prior to, and I'm going to defer to you, Madam GM, for you maybe just to respond to this. If you need some help, then I'll come in. Is Key considering raising any additional capital? It's one of the first ones that came in.
Not at this time. That's not in consideration at this time.
Okay. What has Key invested in that has led to such a large increase in our investment income?
So our portfolio mainly comprises of repurchase agreements, bank deposits, and BOJ CDs.
On which we have actually received some good returns.
Yes, especially the
based on
BOJ CDs.
Current interest rate regime. Are we considering a dividend payment in the near future? What I would say to this one is that the board has a dividend payment, has considered dividend payment, but I think at this point in time we're actually trying to strengthen our capital base. And therefore, although it is forefront and part of our focus, we have actually taken a final decision on dividends as yet. And then, what led to the significant increase in other payables?
So other payables would have increased significantly due to some accruals made for unpaid bills in relation to actuarial service provided, audit fees, and implementation of IFRS 17 related costs. A lot of those would have been settled in Q1.
Okay. And then the final one I have here, will the reduction in MCT allow the company to earn more investment income this year?
So the short answer is not necessarily. The MCT changes were not a blanket reduction. So the way of calculating the MCT under the new test isn't equivalent to the MCT in prior years. So we're constantly reviewing our capital adequacy, and as we have excess cash, we will invest it accordingly.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so those are the questions we received prior to the meeting. I think there may be one or two questions that may have come online. Yeah, Madam Secretary.
What is Key Insurance's overall loss ratio, and what is its loss ratio specifically for the motor portfolio? The comment is that several motor insurers have added significant double-digit increases to motor premiums this year, and the person asking the question is hearing that more increases are coming next year. So has Key Insurance added any increase in motor premiums this year, and what is the expectation for this year? It's a lot.
So I'll start with the claims question first. In terms of our loss ratio, we ended 2023 with an overall loss ratio of about 55%. I think the motor was around 58% for us in 2023. And we continue to pay close attention to our loss ratios because we do understand the impact of this on the success of our business. As it relates to premium increase, since the start of the year, we have not made any adjustments on our motor premium. We continue to monitor the performance, though, of our portfolio, and should the need arise, then we will do so. It's very difficult to anticipate what will happen in next year, but for this year, we continue to monitor the performance, and where necessary, we will make adjustments, which will be in the benefit of all our stakeholders.
Okay. Anything else?
And the second part of the question, increases in motor premiums for this year?
Just answered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that was addressed, yes.
The motor segment continues to represent the largest share of our portfolio, which carries high risks given the spread of customers in an environment where accidents and claims are high. What are we doing to drive the non-motor segments?
So we do pay attention to our non-motor segments, and we do have our products, which, like I would have mentioned earlier in the presentation, travel insurance, that's a product that we are pushing quite strongly this year. Also on the liability side, our public liability, we continue to promote that element of it, that product rather, just explaining more, spending quite a bit of time educating persons who operate businesses, etc., the importance of having such coverage. And we do offer competitive rates for our commercial coverage. So we are driving that element of the business, and we continue to see improvements in our revenue performance year over year. So since the start of the year, the non-motor portfolio has been performing very strong.
Okay.
I have a couple more.
Yes?
Are there plans for regional expansion?
Not at this time.
Okay. I think there's a question re dividends, but I believe we responded to that earlier. Yes. So the insurance service results for the motor portfolio in Q1 2024 was positive. While this is welcomed, the motor business is still pretty volatile based on frequency and increasing cost of repairs. You answer this. Does Key envision further diversifying itself more into non-motor? That's a similar question, yes. With the change in the MCT methodology, has Key deliberately rebalanced more of its investment portfolio to capitalize on higher interest rates and remain in that mix of regulatory compliance?
Short answer, yes. And we have been in compliance with the regulations.
Great. I see where the reinsurance contract expense went up on a year-over-year basis. What was your reinsurance experience last year, and was the property portfolio significantly challenged?
So I'm not able to recall the exact figure for the reinsurance expense, but it would have increased over prior year, and this would have been applicable to all players across the Caribbean, because one of the issues we had in 2022 was reduced capacity in the Caribbean, which resulted in higher reinsurance costs. Can I have the second part of the question, please?
And, sorry, what was your insurance experience last year, and was the property portfolio significantly challenged? That's it?
In 2023, we were not significantly challenged because we did exceed our target, and our performance over prior year also increased. So it was a good year despite the increase in cost.
We have a question for Chairman Webby. Can we open his mic? So the question is, when you took over Key in April 2020, a rescue operation was done to bring the company back into black. Key Insurance is now in a stronger position from a balance sheet and capital perspective. Where do you envision the growth to be manifested, and what plan or specific time pathway do you see to accomplish these goals? Chairman, are you hearing?
Is that the question that maybe Tamara could address?
You can, okay, start and, wait, hold on.
Are you hearing me, Carrie-Ann?
Yes, we're hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first of all, I am extremely pleased with the management team in terms of executing the strategic plan which we outlined when we purchased the company. And as you can see, we have been delivering on our goals. I just want to clarify something which I think is important from a key shareholder's point of view. As you know, Grace Kennedy, we accomplished revenues of US $1 billion in 2023 based on our audited accounts. And, you know, the question was asked, how can we extract more profits to the bottom line from that $1 billion? So what I've done, I've mandated all the companies in the Grace Kennedy Group, including Key and Insurance segment, to really go through with a fine-tooth comb. This is how they can extract more efficiencies as an insurance segment. So that is the first thing in terms of producing more profits over the short to medium term. The other point that I wanted to clarify, members of the media and shareholders and the audience, is that Grace Kennedy, as a strategy, we have an acquisition goal. The question was asked, are we planning to expand outside of the Caribbean? Maybe Key on a standalone basis is not in the priority of management now, because I've asked them to focus on Jamaica to ensure that we can maximize profitability and enhance shareholders' value. However, Grace Kennedy's insurance segment is firmly rooted in terms of expansion outside of Jamaica. And you would have read in our annual report that we have acquired Scotia Life, and we are also engaging investment bankers to determine whether there are other opportunities in insurance, both property and life insurance throughout the Eastern Caribbean. So I just wanted to clarify that in the event that something will be announced that Grace Kennedy buys an insurance company, and we said at the Key AGM that we weren't going on that path. But as an insurance group, we're actively looking for investment opportunities throughout the Eastern Caribbean. So let's back up a little bit. When we started off, we spoke about sustainable growth and innovation. I would say that we got a good grade for that. We spoke about customer centricity. As you know, our digital platform is doing very well, and we have our branch network. I think we're doing very well with that. Internal processes. We said that we're going to improve on internal processes. I think there is room for improvement, but we're doing pretty well with that. And most of all, as I said to my team, there's a strong correlation between employee engagement and profitability and performance of the company. So when you see the company's profitability and revenue going up significantly to 2.5 billion and 77 million, it's not coincidental that the employee engagement score went from 67% to 73%. And that is why we have been very successful. Our employees at Key have been dedicated, they have been loyal, and they have been focused on the strategic goals of Key Insurance and by wider the Grace Kennedy group of companies. And I'm very sorry that I couldn't be with you today physically in the room, but I want to use this opportunity to thank all of our Key Insurance staff for their sterling and outstanding contribution for 2023. And as you can see, 2024 has started very well, and I expect it to continue. So I know I've been a little bit long-winded, but the future for Key, let me summarize it by saying the best is yet to come. And we're looking at synergistic values between GKGI and Key to see how the Grace Kennedy Group and the Key shareholders can benefit going forward. And a team has been set up, chaired by Mr. Stephen Whittingham, to come back to me very quickly to see how we can achieve those objectives. But we continue, but the best is yet to come. You're going to continue to see growth in both insurance revenue and profitability of this company. And as you can see, we are very well capitalized.
Chairman, those words are very inspiring for shareholders and others.
We have, I believe, about 4 or 5 more questions from online, and then we can.
Okay, let's take 2 more from online.
2 more online.
2 more, then we move
okay. So Gordon Sharp is asking, what does Key see as its market for the products it offers, and which other companies does it see as the main competitors for the market it intends to serve?
I'll take that one. So our main competitor is actually, I would say, is British Caribbean Insurance Company. But for us, our main market is really third-party policyholders and just persons, middle to lower income earners who have their first car. So our ideal customer profile would be Paul, the provider. So, somebody who's interested in insurance, have limited resources, and they want excellent coverage. So for us, it is, of course, providing economical insurance solutions. So that's the part of the market that we target.
Okay, and David Rose indicated that he missed the question, the rebalancing of the investment portfolio. So he's asking, what was the average jump in your reinsurance cost for 2023?
2023, about 15%. Yes.
15%. Okay.
Okay. All right. Shall I say thank you very much for the questions that were submitted? It means that we're all thinking along the same lines as far as the profitability and the success of the company is concerned. All right. Do we have any questions from those present? The shareholders here present? Any questions? Okay. If there's nothing, then essentially we've come to the end of the question and answer time. Thank you very much again. And thank you very much, Chairman, for coming in and commenting as you did. Okay, so we are now on to the auditors. And shall I now ask our auditor, Tricia Ann Smith da Silva, audit partner of PricewaterhouseCoopers, to come and read the auditor's report. Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, directors, executive management, shareholders, media. I will carry you through the independent auditor's report. To the members of Key Insurance Company Limited, report on the audit of the financial statements. Our opinion. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of Key Insurance Company Limited, the company, as at 31 December 2023, and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with IFRS accounting standards and with the requirements of the Jamaican Companies Act. What we have audited? The company's financial statements comprise the statement of financial position as at 31 December 2023, the statement of comprehensive income for the year then ended, the statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, the statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and the notes to the financial statements comprising material accounting policy information and other explanatory information. Basis for our opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with International Standards on Auditing, ISOs. Our responsibility under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements section of our report. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Independence. We are independent of the company in accordance with the International Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, including International Independent Standards issued by the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants, IESBA Code. We have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with the IESBA Code. Our audit approach. Audit scope. As part of designing our audit, we determined materiality and assessed the risk of material misstatement in the financial statements. In particular, we considered where management made subjective judgments, for example, in respect of significant accounting estimates that involved making assumptions and considering future events that are inherently uncertain. As in all of our audits, we also address the risk of management override of internal controls, including, among other matters, consideration of whether there was evidence of bias that represented a risk of material misstatement due to fraud. We tailored the scope of our audit in order to perform sufficient work to enable us to provide an opinion on the financial statements as a whole, taking into account the structure of the company, the accounting processes and controls, and the industry in which the company operates. Key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that, in our professional judgment, were of most significance in our audit of the financial statements of the current period. These matters were addressed in the context of our audit of the financial statements as a whole and informing our opinion thereon, and we do not provide a separate opinion on these matters. Key audit matter. Adoption of IFRS 17 insurance contracts. Refer to notes 2N, 4A, and 23 to the financial statements for disclosures of related accounting policies and balances. On January 1, 2023, the company adopted IFRS 17 with a transition date of January 1, 2022, and restated comparative information for 2022 and 2021, applying the transition provisions of IFRS 17. The adoption of the standard significantly impacted how the company recognizes, measures, presents, and discloses insurance contracts. The adoption of IFRS 17 resulted in a $172.9 million increase in equity. Changes in accounting policies resulting from the adoption of IFRS 17 were applied using a full retrospective application to the insurance contracts in force at the transition date. IFRS 17 is a complex accounting standard requiring considerable judgment and interpretation in its implementation, and impacts how the company recognizes, measures, presents, and discloses insurance contracts. In adopting the new standard, management used significant judgment in developing and implementing accounting policies, including policies specific to transition. With the application of the premium allocation approach, there are many elements embedded in the determination of the current value of insurance contracts that required management to use significant judgment in making estimates and assumptions. We consider this a key audit matter, as auditing the company's transition to IFRS 17 was complex as it related to the measurement of the company's insurance contract liabilities with regards to management's assumptions being discount rates and the non-financial risk adjustment. How our audit addressed the key audit matter? Our approach to addressing the matter, with the assistance of our actuarial specialists, involved the following procedures amongst others: evaluated accounting policies and the elections involved in transition, assessed the appropriateness and consistency of key assumptions, including discount rate and risk adjustment, using measurement of insurance contract liabilities by comparing to published industry studies, market data, entity-specific facts and circumstances, or knowledge of the products and the requirements of IFRS 17. Tested on a sample basis, underlying support and documentation such as historical executed insurance contracts, tested the inputs and source information underlying the determination of the discount rates and non-financial risk adjustment, developed a range of independent estimates and compared those to the discount rates and non-financial risk adjustments selected by management, assessed the IFRS 17 disclosures within the financial statements against the requirements of IFRS 17. Based on the results of our audit procedures, management's application and accounting policies as required by IFRS 17, in our view, was not unreasonable. So moving on to the next key audit matter, valuation of insurance contract liability for insurance contracts. Refer to notes 2N, 4A, and 23 to the financial statements for disclosures of related accounting policies, estimates, and balances. As at 31 December 2023, total insurance contract liabilities amounted to $2.6 billion. Insurance contract liabilities are determined in accordance with IFRS 17. This requires the use of complex valuation models and assumptions to measure groups of insurance contracts as a total of fulfillment cash flows plus a risk adjustment for non-financial risk and a discount factor. The company measures insurance contracts issued and reinsurance contracts held by applying the premium allocation approach, PAA. There is generally less information available in relation to insurance contract liability, which can result in variability between initial estimates and final settlement. A range of methods may be used to determine these provisions. Management uses qualified external actuaries to assist in determining the valuation of insurance liability. The cost of capital method was used to derive the overall risk adjustment for non-financial risk. In the cost of capital method, the risk adjustment is determined by applying a cost rate to the present value of projected capital relating to non-financial risk. The bottom-up approach was used to derive the discount rates. Under this approach, the discount rate is determined as the risk-free yield, adjusted for differences in liquidity characteristics between the financial assets used to derive the risk-free yield and the relevant liability cash flows known as illiquidity premium. The risk-free was derived using government bond rates available in the market, denominated in the same currency as the product being measured. We focus on this area because the liability for insurance contracts issued, measured under the PAA, includes significant and complex assumptions such as discount rates, claim settlement patterns, and methods used to measure insurance contract liabilities, including the risk adjustment for non-financial risk. How our audit addressed this key audit matter? The approach addressing the matter with the assistance of our actuarial experts involved the following procedures amongst others: obtain an understanding of management's end-to-end process and controls supporting the determination of insurance contract liabilities, tested on a sample basis the completeness, accuracy, and reliability of the insurance contracts and related claims to source documents as it pertained to premiums, unearned premiums, claims outstanding, and claims paid, assess the independence, experience, and objectivity of management's actuarial experts, evaluated the suitability of the methodology used by management's actuary in establishing insurance contract liabilities against established actuarial practice and our knowledge and experience, performed a methodology and assumptions assessment of management's determination of discount rates and risk adjustment in the actuarial valuation, considering market data, components, specific facts and circumstances, evaluated and tested the reasonableness of management claims settlement pattern by inspecting historical information, and sensitized the outputs to evaluate for reasonableness and management bias. Based on the results of our audit procedures, the assumptions used by management for determining the valuation of insurance contract liabilities were not unreasonable. Other information. Management is responsible for the other information. The other information comprises the annual report, but does not include the financial statements and/or auditor's report thereon, which is expected to be made available to us after the date of this auditor's report. Our opinion on the financial statement does not cover the other information, and we will not express any form of assurance conclusion thereon. In connection with our audit of the financial statements, our responsibility is to read the other information identified above when it becomes available, and in doing so, consider whether the other information is materially inconsistent with the financial statements or our knowledge obtained in the audit, or otherwise appears to be materially misstated. When we read the annual report, if we conclude that there's a material misstatement therein, we are required to communicate the matter to those charged with governance. Responsibilities of management and those charged with governance for the financial statements. Management is responsible for the preparation of the financial statements that give a true and fair view in accordance with IFRS accounting standards and with the requirements of the Jamaican Companies Act, and for such internal control as management determines is necessary to enable the preparation of the financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. In preparing the financial statement, management is responsible for assessing the company's ability to continue as a going concern, disclosing as applicable matters related to going concern, and using the going concern basis of accounting unless management either intends to liquidate the company or to cease operations or has no realistic alternative but to do so. Those charged with governance are responsible for overseeing the company's financial reporting process. Auditors' responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements. Our objectives are to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, and issue an auditor's report that includes our opinion. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but is not a guarantee that an audit conducted in accordance with ISOs will always detect a material misstatement when it exists. Misstatements can arise from fraud or error and are considered material if individually or in aggregate they could reasonably be expected to influence economic decisions of users taken on the basis of these financial statements. As part of an audit in accordance with ISOs, we exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism throughout the audit. We also identify and assess the risk of material misstatement of the financial statements, whether due to fraud or error, and perform audit procedures responsive to those risks, and obtain audit evidence that is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. The risk of not detecting a material misstatement resulting from fraud is higher than for one resulting from error, as fraud may involve collusion, forgery, intentional omissions, misrepresentations, or the override of internal controls. Obtain an understanding of internal control relevant to the audit in order to design audit procedures that are appropriate in the circumstances, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the company's internal control. Evaluate the appropriateness of accounting policies used and the reasonableness of accounting estimates and related disclosures made by management. Conclude on the appropriateness of management's use of the going concern basis of accounting, and based on the audit evidence obtained, whether a material uncertainty exists related to events or conditions that may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. If we conclude that a material uncertainty exists, we are required to draw attention in our auditor's report to the related disclosure in the financial statements, or if such disclosures are inadequate, to modify our opinion. Our conclusions are based on the audit evidence obtained up to the date of our auditor's report. However, future events or conditions may cause the company to cease to continue as a going concern. Evaluate the overall presentation, structure, and content of the financial statements, including the disclosures and whether the financial statements represent the underlying transactions and events in a manner that achieves fair presentation. We communicate with those charged with governance regarding, among other matters, the planned scope and timing of the audit and significant audit findings, including any significant deficiencies in internal control that we identified during our audit. We also provide those charged with governance with a statement that we have complied with relevant ethical requirements regarding independence, and to communicate with them all relationships and other matters that may reasonably be thought to bear on our independence, and where applicable, actions taken to eliminate threats or safeguards applied. From the matters communicated with those charged with governance, we determined those matters that were of most significance in the audit of the financial statements of the current period and are therefore the key audit matters. We describe these matters in our auditor's report unless law or regulation precludes public disclosure about the matter, or when, in extremely rare circumstances, we determine that a matter should not be communicated in our report because the adverse consequences of doing so would reasonably be expected to outweigh the public interest benefits of such communication. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. As required by the Jamaican Companies Act, we have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purposes of our audit. In our opinion, proper accounting records have been kept, so far as appears from our examination of those records, and the accompanying financial statements are in agreement therewith and give the information required by the Jamaican Companies Act in the manner so required. The engagement partner on the audit resulting in this independent auditor's report is Trisha Ann Smith da Silva. Signed, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Chartered Accountants, Kingston, Jamaica, dated 1 March 2024.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith da Silva. And I mean, these audit reports are very long, but she's really accustomed to reading them. So, and you know, she's read this long audit report, and I just like to give a summary of what she just said. We have audited the books of Key Insurance Company, and we have issued a clean audit report on the financial statements. That's basically what she's saying, right? Right, Trisha Ann? All right. So thank you very much for that. Okay, at this juncture, though, we're going to ask for a resolution to approve the audited financial statements. So the audited financial statements for the year ended 31 December 2023, and the reports of the directors and the auditors circulated with the notice convening the meeting be and are hereby adopted. That's the motion. So I'm going to ask for a motion to adopt and approve the auditor's report and financial statements.
Moved by Carleen Isaacs, seconded by Grace Burnett.
Okay. And shall I say any against? The ayes have it? Okay. So thank you very much, shareholders, for moving and seconding the motion. Okay. And I therefore declare that the motion has been carried. Okay, all right. So the voting process, though, just to reiterate, we did have the motion be moved and seconded, and I take it for those on screen. Can you just clarify?
Okay. So for voting, we're going to invite shareholders to move. Whether you're online or in person, you can move or second. If you're online, to move a motion, you simply use the raise hand feature that is at the bottom of the screen. After we've moved and seconded, we are going to invite persons in the room to vote by raising the paddles that you were provided at the beginning of the meeting. And for the persons online, the resolutions will appear on your screen and you will be invited to press either the for or the against button, and we will determine whether the motion is carried based on
Okay, thank you
the
for the
combination
clarification.
of.
Okay, no problem. All right, so the voting process will now take place. Okay, so I see the paddle is going up for those present. What about online?
As online, you're invited now to indicate whether you're for or against. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, the motion has carried. Chair.
Okay, I'm now told that the motion has carried. Okay, the next resolution we have is that relating to the re-election of retiring directors. So the directors retiring from office by rotation pursuant to Article 97 of the company's Articles of Incorporation are Kareem Tomlinson, Rochelle Cameron, and Sandra Masterton. Do we have the photos displayed? If we don't? Okay, so photos have been displayed. Ladies and gentlemen, the directors on your screen, Kareem Tomlinson, Rochelle Cameron, and Sandra Masterton, have an excellent record of board meeting attendance and participation. The board is satisfied that they have made a valuable contribution to date and that they have demonstrated their commitment to continue serving as directors. Further details of all the directors are available on the company's website and in the recently published annual report. We will now move for the re-election of Kareem Tomlinson, Rochelle Cameron, and Sandra Masterton, who retire by rotation in accordance with Section 97 of the Articles of Incorporation, and who each, being eligible for reappointment, hereby offer themselves for re-election as directors. Can we have the motion?
Motion moved by Heather Bowie and seconded by Karen New.
Okay. So we now have, I now invite you to cast your votes by raising your paddle. All right. And inside the room here, it's unanimous. So let's go to the online voters.
So moved, Chair.
Okay, motion carried?
Motion carried.
Motion carried. Appointment of auditors. As it relates to the appointment of auditors for the company, may we please have a motion that PricewaterhouseCoopers Chartered Accountants, having signified their willingness to serve and to continue in office as auditors of the company pursuant to Section 154 of the Companies Act, to hold office until the conclusion of the next AGM at a remuneration to be fixed by the directors of the company. Can we have a motion for the reappointment of PricewaterhouseCoopers?
Okay, moved by Carleen Isaacs and seconded by, I didn't see a paddle.
Okay,
Grace.
motion
Thank you.
moved and seconded.
By Grace.
Can I invite you now to cast your vote? Those are in favor? Okay, any against? It sounds like unanimous inside this room again, online.
Waiting on persons to cast their vote, Chair. Is it displayed? Motion carried.
Motion, I'm advised that motion carried. Thank you very much, shareholders. Directors' remuneration. May we now have a motion that the amount shown in the audited financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st December 2023 as fees for the directors be and is hereby approved. Can I have a motion for the approval of the remuneration of the directors' fee?
Moved by-
Remuneration of directors?
Moved by Karen Mew, seconded by Carleen Isaacs.
Moved and seconded. Or do we vote?
Go ahead.
Okay, unanimous again. Online voters, or do we vote?
Giving them a chance. Motion carried.
Motion carried. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Finally, may we have a motion that the Corporate Governance Nomination and Compensation Committee of the Board of Directors is authorized until the conclusion of the next AGM to fix the fees of the directors. Can I have a motion to that effect?
Moved by Heather Bowie.
Moved and seconded.
Seconded by.
Or do we vote? Okay, unanimous in the room. Or do we vote online?
Given an opportunity.
Motion carried. Thank you. So that is the end of our voting process. I thank you all shareholders for participating, and thank you very much for passing and approving all the motions, all the resolutions that have been presented here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the agenda for today's meeting. To everyone who attended our 2024 AGM, whether in person or online, thank you for participating. From the presentations this afternoon, it is clear that the entire Key team remains committed to our goal of providing the best quality insurance for our customers while delivering strong returns to our shareholders. With our highly motivated and competent team, we are optimistic about the future. And the team includes the directors, of course. Thank you for your continued support. Please stay safe and have a great rest of the evening. Can I say, Madam Secretary, the meeting is now terminated? Okay, meeting is now terminated. Thank you all. Thanks.
Mobile phone, you can access our customer support whenever, wherever. Just send us a message at 876-877-7077 and we will help you access information about our various products, including opening hours and locations, how to request a quote, how to make payments online, reporting a claim, and so much more. You have the option to share images, videos, and documents via WhatsApp instead of sending an email. WhatsApp 876-877-7077 now and get started. Turn the key to your next travel adventure with Key Insurance. You can now purchase your travel insurance packages for individuals or families directly from our website. Visit keyinsurancejm.com, select Products, then Travel Insurance in the menu bar. Hit Purchase. And you're on your way. It's that simple. Turn the key to secure travel coverage for your next business or vacation trip with a Key Insurance travel package.